Hello all, how are you doing? Well, yeah, there's the flash. It seems a little bright in this room now, but you know what I'm gonna do. Head over to my Aerogarden. While I'm doing that, I just want to say, if you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, click the notification bell for more, and leave a nice, calm, constructive comment, a kind one for sure, at the bottom, so that I, can look forward to your comments. So yeah, I'm doing my weekly update here on the Aerogarden, and it's now the beginning of week 6. And look at how my babies have grown. Look at that. They're so huge right now. So huge. To the point where I am going to repot them. This is crazy amazing. Look at this. Look at how cute they are. I mean, look at how huge they are. Yeah, they're cute too, I gotta say. They're really huge though. Okay, so where do I start? I had to cut them down. You know what? Well, let's start with this one here, my curly parsley. All right, this has actually grown quite a bit in the past couple of days. It's still got a ways to go. It's the slowest out of all of them. All right, it's still finding its roots. It doesn't really have a lot of roots right now. I think that is partially because the rest of the garden is just so huge, especially the basil and the mint. They're just really, really huge. And I think it could be that the roots and the leaves are impeding upon its growth. Like, for example, here, these roots that you see are not the roots of the curly parsley. They're probably the roots of the basil, the Genovese basil, which is right next to it. So I'm going to take the curly parsley and just pick it up here so you can see what it's doing. Now you see, this is the biggest root here. It has not gained a lot of roots yet. It's just going very slowly. There's another one there too. It's going very, very slowly. And that's okay. It's good that it's growing. But it also, I can't even get it in the right way. Yeah, you see, look at all those roots at the bottom there. It's taking up all this space here. It also tells me that it may be time to repot some of these plants. You see, I just filled this water thing. I just filled it up like yesterday, and it's drinking a lot of water. So maybe tomorrow it's going to ask me again for some more water. Maybe on Monday. So it's really doing a lot here. The thyme has grown, but very, very slowly. I'm not sure if it's going to grow again. It might not. It looks like it wants to. As a matter of fact, it looks like I can see some sprouts coming out there. That's also why I took away some of the labels. I don't know if you guys have noticed already. Because I noticed that with some of them, they want to sprout more, okay? Like this one, the basil, the Genovese basil, there's still more coming out. Like, look at this little tiny one here. That's a new sprout. Looks like there's one coming out right there too. So that's why I took off the labels, because we could get in some more sunlight here. This is the same thing for the dill. The dill I've actually had to cut down because it was touching the light. Same thing for the mint and the Thai basil. It was touching, so I had to cut it down. Look at this. This is the Thai basil. Now, as you can see, I have some more sprouts coming up this way, right there. And right in the back there, you see, that's that one right there. All right. The most curious and the one that I'm the most concerned about is my mint. Okay, so here's the reason why. Do you see all those sprouts there in the mint? These are brand new sprouts. They happened within the past week or so. Do you also see that some of these stems here are getting purple? And it's even extending up to some of the leaves. This is my concern. Like, basically, I think the mint needs to be repotted also, because the mint's roots are very, very strong. They were even entangling with the Thai basil right next to it. And the mint was one of the plants that was touching the top of the Aerogarden, which, by the way, I cannot extend this any further. This is the farthest that it goes. So the mint was one of the plants that was touching. And being that, you know, at the bottom here, I'm seeing some purple stems and some new sprouts. It doesn't really look like there's any more room in the pods. So I think it's time to transplant this. I really do. I think it's time to transplant it, because it doesn't look like it has any more space to grow and no more space to sprout. I mean, sprouts are going to continue to grow. They will grow upward, they will grow outward, but it doesn't, I think it still wants to spread, and it just does not have the space to do so right now. So that is the first plant that I am going to replant here. I'm going to repot. And today I went to the Home Depot and I bought some soil and some plant food. I had to buy a watering can. Home Depot does not have any. Nobody has any, basically, because we're in the dead of winter now, so they're not, you know, stocking a lot of their gardening products. It's not a very good time to do gardening indoors or outdoors. So I just ordered a watering can from Amazon. It should arrive to me within the next weeks or so. So I bought some plant food. It's the kind that you have to mix with water. And I'm just going to wait for my watering can to come in the next, actually in the next week or so. I think this plant will still be okay. I don't think it's going to cause it that much damage, if it does, of any, for it to be staying here in the Aerogarden. And once my watering can arrives, I'm going to repot this baby with my soil and my plant food, and I'm hopefully going to watch it grow. I really don't want to lose the plant. I don't want to lose the leaves. It's producing a lot right now. I really like it. I tasted some of it before. It tastes pretty good. I tasted the Genovese basil, the dill, also was getting to be too high for the Aerogarden, so I cut some of that off. The mint as well, I did taste it. And I tasted my Thai basil. They're very delicious, very flavorful, very fragrant. And so therefore, I don't want to lose my plants. I've got a lot of nice leaves here. And I've been, you know, cooking with them as well. And they're very delicious. I don't want to lose them. So this is what I'm going to do from here on in, starting with the mint. I'm going to repot the plants little by little. And doing that will also give the small ones some chance to grow, because they're taking up, the big ones are taking up space, basically. And I want to see, especially my curly parsley, I want to see that grow. The thyme, that could grow a little bit better. I think the reason why they're not growing so well is because the big ones are just taking up a lot of space in the Aerogarden. So let's see what happens. I hope for the best. In the meantime, check out my garden. Isn't it so cool? Yeah, I know. All right. So anyway, once again, like, subscribe, leave a nice comment below. And I'll see you in the next one. Later.